Hello and welcome to Supreme Commander Forge Alliance Forever. I'm going to take a look at a game between two very high rated players. Isekai-chan. This is Farms. He will be called Farms. Over here we have Turin back with his nice name. No silly forced memes anymore that make no sense, originate from nowhere. So let's see, we got UEF and Seraphim, the map Forbidden Pass, Farm saying Imba map, cause I think there's a bit more tree reclaim on one side. I think, oh, here actually Farms is on the OP side, I think, by the looks of it. I mean, look at all this. Yeah, I feel like Farms has more tree reclaim. He's on the OP side, despite what he would like to have you believe. Two air factories queued for Turin. This shouldn't be surprising. It's Turin. Who believes every map is a quote-unquote air rape map, and yet never advocates any air nerfs. Funny how that works. So we get some expansion, get the mechs, get the hydro, or actually get the hydro first. Disagree. But there you go. Two land factories first, air factory second for Turin, and he's still not moving. You often, I think the most normal thing to do is to leave your base after the second factory. Turin's gonna go for 3 factories, and he has 2 engineers assisting as well, so I would leave. He'd probably leave before he builds this factory, I would say. No, never mind, this is actually extremely nice balance here. Yeah, he's really making use of the trees. He's got 2,500 energy reclaim. Turin's scouting here. What's the plan? Inties, and you can see straight away assisting the air factory. Air is extremely important on this map. Distant expansions, you have to expand with transport. That is just how this map works. So we're gonna have transports out maybe around 5 minutes or so, and if you can't defend them, if you can't get a drop away, you are in insane amounts of trouble. So actually Turin just got straight for the transport, which is risky, definitely has risks, but will Farms catch it? Will he spot it in time to catch it? Let's see what Farms is doing. Well, he's moving out. He's found something else to attack. Looked like he was moving to the right, maybe to just defend against any bomber. Bombers usually go here, because they're unlikely to be spotted until about here. Farms very concerned with chatting to his opponent mid-game. Must have a very high APM. Didn't spot the transport though. Oh, now he spots it. And here comes the entourage as well. Quite a few inties already. More than Farms, that's for sure, but there's tanks here. And he needs to move them directly in. Yeah, here he goes. Where are the NGs? Here they are. There's only one tank with them, and they immediately are forced to build a PD because, well, there's 3 tanks coming. Now is Turin, does he have mass? He has resources in the bank, so this is extremely important. If he was stalling, there's no way this PD gets built, but will he survive? Will any of the engineers survive? No. Big win for Farms there. Huge risk, you can see, from Turin, but nearly paid off. You can see the transport was never in any danger of being caught, but that's a strange order there. But yeah. Still has the transport though. Farms just about to finish his now. And if we look at expansion, Farms is slower here than Turin. About the same in the middle, maybe Farms a bit faster. Where's Farms going to drop now? Because there is still a PD to deal with here, so maybe Turin just immediately redrops to here. That would make sense. Drop behind the PD, get a factory. He has no tanks though. No tanks whatsoever, and that is... It's gonna hurt very soon. I mean, it doesn't hurt right now. You can see he's not losing anything. Well, that is gonna hurt. There's no doubt. 10 inties, quite a few for Farms. Farms knows the drop is coming to here because, well, of course it is. There's a PD. And it's normal usually to drop in this direction quite often. Now you can get a lot of different splits on this map. You can get split along the river. You can get split, well, I guess it's a lake, but you know. Oh, that transport's dead. Will there be an air fight? Will there be an air fight? Where's the artillery? Why is he not? Oh, there we go. There's the artillery. In the wrong place, perhaps. Needs to go take this out and get his engineers in that direction as well. Turin is really chasing super fire. I think that's extremely dangerous. Because he doesn't have that much more. 12. And actually he only has 10 here, so I think this is a bad loss from Turin coming up. Honestly. Oh no. Farms completely fucked it up though. By the looks of it. Still, is it worth it for Turin? Yes. Yes it is, because... Oh damn, that fuck up is really bad. And his transport dies as well. But it has dropped, and he has a factory, so losing an engineer or two, he won't lose them all. Won't hurt too much. It's not even really that valuable to kill them. Gets the PD. So looking good for Farms, except for the brutal air loss, which makes it look not so good. He gets a PD up. Great timing for Turin here. Denying the raid, but there will still be a couple of mexes potentially going down. And tanks will have to be sent westwards from the base. A couple of factories in the mid base for both players. Quite symmetrical play, but asymmetry exists in the air game. What would be done with it? T2 air? Quick T2 air? Wouldn't be against Turin's instincts, so I wouldn't be surprised. This, yeah, more air production is required for Farms. He recognizes that, and yeah, losing inties like this just makes it worse and worse. Please don't lose these ones. There's no need whatsoever, and he's gonna lose one. Yeah, this hurts. It's gonna take a couple of minutes to get close to what Turin has in air, so this would be a good time to switch it up. Would be expensive in terms of power. We could also make some nice drops. Imagine a drop here. That would be quite powerful. A drop here even. That would be nice as well. If you drop artillery, you can see the AC has already left as expected. So you drop either of these bases. With this air control, you could do that. If you have maybe half and half tanks and arty, that would be a very nasty drop. Or even just full artillery, because Zuis are just that good. That would be a great way to use the air control that he has. Doesn't look like it's happening though. Transport is idle. Nice few kills for his ACU here. Should move in. Always in this scenario, you move into the tanks. So you're going to take almost no damage. You want to farm every single tank you can in this scenario. Gets most of them anyway, but could have maybe got a couple more kills. Farms being aggressive. He has superior numbers. Quite a lot of T1 production. On this side, 4 factories. 5th factory just finished. And he's going to be moving towards Turin's base. On the left, Turin also has good production. Not as good. He's maybe 1 factory behind. Doesn't have as many tanks. Farms has... Oh, T2 land on the way. No assistance though, so it's going to be a little slow, a little delayed. Still, Farms trying to build his air force. He's up to 14. Turin, meanwhile, he needs air staging, which is now T1. Some people have been wondering, where's air staging gone? Why has it been removed from the game? Because it's not in the T2 build queue anymore. It's actually T1 unit. So if you are one of those people wondering why it's been removed from the game, it hasn't. It's just T1. And unfortunately, it still has the T2 marker here. See the 2 lines that indicate it's Tech 2. Hopefully we can change that. I myself don't know how to change it, honestly. So that's so many bombers. So many bombers. This is crazy. There's probably 10 bombers there to begin with, which is a large amount of mass, but Farms just lost all of his air to kill most of those bombers. And now there's quite a few tanks, 20 tanks, a few Zuis coming after Farms' commander. And there's surely going to be a lot more bombers coming. Where are they? Why aren't there more bombers? Could T1 bomber snipe this ACU right now. Although there's some anti-air. Yeah, nice few anti-air mixed in. On the bottom side, Turin is stationary in front of the PD as he waits for an army of Zuis to come and obliterate it instantly. So air staging going to get some good use now. Well, basically every interceptor is damaged and some are out of fuel, so that's going to be extremely good value to use. Poor Farms, well, he's wondering how he lived. Farms, more total mass, more reclaim is actually the reason for that. And he still is in such a bad way in the air game. And still there's no T2 air. I don't understand it. T1 bombers, yeah, sure, they're good. Now an attempted drop. This drop is maybe a few minutes too late and also completely undefended. I mean, what do you expect? That just shows no respect for Farms. If you think you can just get a drop the whole way through here. I mean, this is all Farms space, and he wants to drop all the way through that to the back with no cover in a T1 transport. Very disrespectful. He thinks Farms is some kind of noob. And maybe he is, but not that flavor of noob. T2 for the commander would definitely make him a lot more secure. He can build anti-air defenses, he could make TML, he could make the gun very quickly if he wants. Gives him some more regen, some more health. Seems pretty sensible to go T2 here when you are in possible danger of getting sniped at some point. Still no T2 air though. I don't know why. But he just wants to have air control and then never go T2 air. He's focusing on his T2 land. How many mexes do we have upgraded? 2 here. Farms with a grand total of 0. That's pretty telling. Definitely looks quite good for Turin. This seems it could be a waste. Tanks are coming. And they are killing some of these Zuis. Almost for free. But now the Zuis are going to come to this base here. You can walk over this. Can also attack over the cliff. I have another drop. Really? Where is that going? Like, that's just a bizarre drop. This is not free. I mean, this is such a stupid waste. Look at that. Just pointless. Pointless attack there. Turin, not sure what he's doing here. He built a few walls for some reason. Now he's making T2 on his commander. It's always funny that the Seraphim has this just stub of a left arm. Like, what's that about? He'll have a big one once he upgrades. T2 PD coming for the UEF commander. PD creep. We're moving forward. One PD at a time. Don't know what's going on here. What's this? TMD? Looks like TMD to me. Turin is ecoing pretty heavily. And farms not ecoing at all. Speedy control all of this area. Secure him 2 more mexes, hopefully. He shouldn't build that one. That should be reclaimed. I think that's a misclick. Just an accidental drag of the mouse. Annoying Zuis attacking mexes from over behind cliffs. Nobody likes to see that. No UEF anyway. So how many pillars do we have? How many? Oh, we have a couple of riptides as well. Where are they headed? I wonder. We have almost 20 pillars now. We're at 19. 5 Ilshis, all on the right hand side. No support factory on the left either, and a huge Mastol for some reason. Oh, we have 2 mexes almost finished. They all have to be completed quite quickly. We have PDs coming up on the cliff edge. They seem pretty well placed. He is quite afraid of this possible base push. But with all this mass, I think he can stop ecoing. I think maybe some Ilshis on the left would be good. This Hydra would be nice. And T2 Air becomes less attractive now, but still attractive. There are only 2 flags. Wow. Well, I guess that's the thing. If your opponent isn't going to make T2 Air, then you don't have to make flak. And so he isn't. Farm's still ahead on mass again because of reclaim. Still managing to get significantly more reclaim now than his opponent, which keeps him in the game despite being basically behind on economy forever. So, what's next? It's just pillars all day, actually, and the odd riptide as well. Here comes T2 and gun commander for Turin on the left, only T1 supporting it. But this is scary. For sure. There's definitely not enough pillars to take on this ACU, and here we go. This possible base trade scenario is what we have, honestly. There is 1 T2PD here and more coming. So maybe we can get some artillery to the bottom of this cliff. That would be the dream. You can see all the pillars trying to just stay away from this ACU. Fortunately, there's nothing near the edge of the base here. So if Zuis get to the edge, well, they can definitely kill quite a bit, actually. But only T1 stuff. Oh, T2 mechs finally from farms. Had to make them eventually. Oh, nice raiding here, potentially. Riptides could go in every direction. Raid this middle base. Will surely die to these 3 riptides, followed by mexes around the edges of the map. These PDs have proved very, very valuable for Turin, and maybe just stop the pressure here completely, because I don't see any MMLs. And actually not even that many pillars, only 11. And the ACU also does not have the gun, only T2. Farms, what can he hope to achieve now? Well, he has to take back this. The Riptides have to do big raids, and he's actually just lost one from idleness. And he falls back. He's falling back hard here on the right. Probably doesn't need to keep falling back. He should stay, you know, pretty far forward. But Turin defended pretty well here. Came across, denied any attacks going up past the base. Engineers now heading towards this position. PD actually manages to get up here, which is disappointing. It's going to cost him. He has no artillery, and Turin's heading towards the... He's actually heading towards the base. I have no idea why he would take that risk. I mean, that is risky. That is seriously... Maybe he'll... you see, he has to get all the way up to here to build a PD. I don't know. Is that necessary? Does anyone think this is necessary? He could move to the right, kill everything. He could just hold this entire front area. He could come to the front of the base with all the Zooies here and do free damage. But maybe he's fine. Maybe there is no danger here, because there isn't a T2PD. Farms looks like he really needs this P-Gen, because he is finishing it before building the PD. That's a TML. There is TMD though. And Farm's base is under severe attack. Can he hold off? There's still these Zooies doing big damage. I think Farms does not lose his base here. That's my feeling. But let's see his mass. Oh, he needs mass. He really needs mass. I would maybe pause the support factories elsewhere on the map. But yeah, it looks like actually he survives and gets maybe a... maybe this is just a mass donation. There was only the T1 mechs. There was... Well, there's some T1 power, which he really did not need. Now he's falling back from this. With the gun, he could overcharge huge numbers of Ilshavo. Maybe it's time to make that upgrade. Oh, his TML is under attack. He actually fires. He's gonna kill at least one Ilshi. I love it. That's good thinking. And there is an overcharge without even the gun upgrade, because Turin falters with his micro. Another overcharge comes in, but does not do enough. And now Turin is just all in on this commander. Oh no, he is gonna kill him, isn't he? Yeah, that's over. That's a GG. Sad way to end this game, honestly. And Turin wins it. There's more fight in this game. Farms went a little astray there with his ACU. Walking into that army, and his army was sort of moving to the side as well. Yeah, pretty sad, but this full HP commander is still gonna wreak havoc around here. But Farms got himself into a much better position than I thought he would. He took this base back. Maybe he could have got a bit more raiding done as well with the... Wow, T2 mechs over here. Yeah, that's the problem, was the T2 mexes for Turin. That was where his advantage lay, and as the game goes on, he's going to have more and more Ilshavo, which are superior to the pillar. Yeah, unfortunate the game didn't keep going, because I'm not sure who would have won this. but Turin did, thanks to, well, snipe mode. Well played to both players. Hope you enjoyed this cast, and I'll have another one as soon as I can. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.